Hey guys, Monkey Man here with another Final Fantasy Mobius video. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Final Fantasy Record Keeper card. The only downside to this banner is that they did not release the banner in batches. Basically, it's all RNG and there's no guarantee that you will even get a Final Fantasy Record Keeper card in a summon. That's pretty forgiving, I guess, from Square Enix, but I'm basically going to go through the cards, tell you what they do, explain to you a bit about them, give you my final thoughts at the very end. And I thought I'd start the video off with showing you my favorite cards from the batch on the get-go though. So here are my favorite four. The C brand, very awesome card, has a cool animation where it sticks the C icon on the enemy and then does a nice little water effect afterwards. Kind of looks like the cosmos had just been exploded on him, very cool. Jack Shot, very similar in design except it comes with a slash. And yeah, it's pretty, you know what I mean, like I didn't think it was the most amazing animation when it first came out. Live stream looking really cool with a bubbly effect. Cool. The same bubbly effect is also used in Eternal Wind, and also a swing and attack and wind element is also used. So cool animations. But enough of that. Let's talk about what the cards have to offer and what they actually do. Let's get into this, guys. Okay, first off, TYRO FFRK. This was a free-to-play card because it was given out for free during the TYRO multiplayer event. I hope they do the same thing again when TYRO comes back in rotation in multiplayer. So I'm going to call this what it is to me. Free to play Hellgate. If it's given to you for free as well, then this card is juicy, guys. If it's in the batch, then it kind of sucks that they stuck it in there, but you know what? Yeah, it's still a good card no matter what. At the end of the day, I'm going to just talk about what it has to offer. It is, if you guys don't know what Hellgate is, by the way, it is an awesome card that's been released in Japan already. It is a meta card because it has huge defense buffs and basically saves anyone's life in any battle, and this card is very similar because with it comes barrier, so it boosts your defense, wall, which is the damage negation, and then veil, which is also an increase in resistance to element weakness. Very awesome card. It's going to keep you alive in the game for the long run. Very cool. And you know what, on top of that, it is top tier in durability. Top tier means it can keep you alive in any battle. Definitely a support card that's awesome. If they give it out for free during TYRO's banner in multiplayer, then it will be just, you know, it'll be great for everyone to just get that. 5-starable, anything that's 5-starable means that it can be awesome in the long run, help with your deck level, your stats, and be useful even later on when the game gets even harder. Rated 90 of 100 Japan, so a good rating for a free card, in my honest opinion. It's like, you know, 90 out of 100 means it's useful. And let's talk about how it has bonus abilities and multiplayer focus. A lot of these cards will have bonus abilities in multiplayer focus. This card I think has minimal, has only like support focus ability, so it's useful both solo and in multiplayer. So this is a really good free to play card. Here's a look at its abilities. At the 5-star, it's only going to cost you 3 element orbs and only costs 3 turns every. It only will have to wait 3 turns to recast it, which is really good. 3 turns is not a bad recast timer. Let's go into the next part. These are all the extra abilities that you can unlock. Basically all the good support abilities, including Isuna, which means it gets rid of a debuff, Quick Cast, which means it doesn't cost you a turn, and all that other good HP up and enhancement boon lasting longer stuff. You know, it's very good. So it's good support card, has the support bonus abilities. Very awesome if they give it out for free again. 4 Walls FFRK. This is a really cool card. It's been debated whether it's been useful or not. To me, it has been useful in every way. It's a Ranger high damage card, but with bonus abilities in the form of haste and boost. So because of that 3 turns of haste and 1 turn of boost, this card can be so good and just get you those quick breaks when you really need them and you don't have life orbs. These days though, a lot of life orb drops happen and prismatic shifts, so it's not as important now, I guess. But when I first used it, when it first came out, it was helping me in multiplayer to break the opponent even quicker. So for a breaker, it's really awesome. It's in the Ranger class, so it's always going to be really awesome for breakers, in my opinion, because that is just awesome. But there's been debate about how useful it is. It has even been given like a I guess a lower rating in Japan than the rest of the 5-starable cards. It is 5-starable, so it does add, you know, better stats at 5-star and good for the future because the extra deck level stats, etc. But it was only rated 85 and 100, and I can see why, because it's not that high in damage. It's pretty high, like it goes up to like 800-ish, but you know, the boost doesn't last for that long. It's like a 1-turn boost. If it was like a 3-turn boost and it stuck for a little bit longer, it would have been super useful. If the haste lasted a bit longer, it would be super useful. But right now, not so good. But it does have some cool bonus abilities in the multiplayer focus. Going over its stats real quick, you can see that even though it hasn't described the maximum attack power here, it's like around 900-ish. Very good attack power, especially in the wind element, which doesn't have many high attack cards at this moment in time. Only cost you 4 orbs at its max, and that's not too bad. It's not the best exactly. Like, you want your cards to cost 3 or 2, and you want to just spam them, but it's still pretty good in the fact that it gives you 2 extra bonus buffs. So I guess it's, you get what you get, and it's always kind of like very fair, especially in the batch summons. The extra ability is pretty good. It has huge focus against both the main boss. Sorry, no, it only has the Sicarius Guard Breaker. That's sad, and it has critical against multiplayer. But it does. So that's probably where it failed. It did not have the ability to destroy the actual Sicarius. Main Sicarius. It was more focused on the guard breakers, but it does have risky attacker, which at the 5-star level you can unlock and make it much more powerful, because based on the amount of HP you have, the less HP you have, it does higher damage. So I guess that's good for a lot of breakers, because breakers are a very squishy class, so it's always going to have less HP than the rest of the people in your party when you're doing multiplayer events. So you're obviously going to get a huge damage buff just because you're weaker than everyone else. But at the same time, I can see why it wasn't given the full 90 out of 100. But it's still a good card. I can say that it's one of my favorite cards, and it has helped me a lot, especially in solo. Like, it's not aimed for solo, but it has helped a lot in solo. Aerith and Tifa is a cool support card, very essential buffs for multiplayer. Haste, Faith, and then you get 4 element drops, 4 element orb draw for everyone. Very awesome card, especially in multiplayer. But it's also useful in solo play. Like, I've used it a lot in solo, especially on my mage, to get that quick haste and that quick faith that you really need. And the buffs do stick around for a long time. I think it's like 4 turns of buffs at the 5-star level. 5-starable, so it's still awesome, you know what I mean? Like, 5 stars are usually the cards you want to roll for in this game. No matter what banner it is, 5-star is life. Rated 94 out of 100 Japan. That's a high rating. It's impressive, because it is actually a pretty good support card with a low recast timer, and the buffs do last a while. So it's a pretty solid card. It's a good support card, and like I said, it's good in solo as well. Let's look at it in you know, the stats for it. It only costs 3 element orbs. It does give you 56 light skill seeds, so really good for farming those light skill seeds. And it's a support card with a recast timer of 3 turns. Very juicy, very good. And the actual buffs themselves like stick for 5 turns or 4 turns depending on what level the bonus skill is on. Very awesome card. I definitely recommend it. Been a workhorse for me. Titus, sorry, these are the extra abilities that I was talking about. Recovery bonus, good time, quick cast, all the good stuff. Just make sure the buff lasts longer and that, you know, it can't be dispelled easily. Very good. Titus Inject from FFRK. Very awesome high damage break card. High damage low break card, sorry, from the for the warrior class, which is interesting because warriors aren't really high attackers, but this is one of those cards that helps out to make them a bit stronger. It's a single target water attack with 5 power focus, which means it has huge damage for the warrior class, that is. It gets even more enhanced damage in multiplayer, especially against the main Sicarius boss. So it's going to take out your Ifrits really well with you know, like any warrior class that has access to water that's attack focused. 5-starable, which means it's very good in the long run, but only rated 90 out of 100 Japan, and I can see why. It does not really stack up against the card I'm about to show you next. It's very similar, the next card, and you'll see why I like it more. Bonus ability is multiplayer focus. Like I said, it's going to do a huge damage on the main Sicarius. The ability itself goes up to 1080 attack power. Really awesome for a warrior card to reach that. Like, that damage is huge, right? And only costs 3 orbs, which is juicy. That's what you want it to be, where you want it to be, and that's beautiful. Gives you a lot of water and air skill seeds from, you know, farming. So really good card. Has the extra ability where it gives you Phantom Beast type fire, which means it does huge damage against main Sicarius, and it will do Vitality Tap as well, so you'll get extra attack the more HP you have and take out some of your HP to do damage. Otherwise, it's really good. So that warriors do have a lot of HP, so this kind of benefits that. But as you're going to see now, this card here, boys, Vanilla Fang, it's a workhorse. It does all the work you want to do. High damage mage card with water element. It's huge, bro. It's huge. I'm telling you, bro. It's superb magic damage with further enhanced in multiplayer damage. 5-starable, so it's going to be good. Rated 90 out of 100 Japan. And to me, this is my favorite card from the actual batch summon, because it is a bloody workhorse. And if you want to get those premium scores, I'm talking about 1,000,000+ damage, this is the card that you want to use against Ifrit, because I'm telling you, this, with all the right plays and all the party members doing the right things, cursing and debarriering and everything in the right way, you're going to hit 1,000,000 plus with this card. It has huge maximum attack power, and I'm going to show you that right now. Boom, 1,200 maximum attack power. Put that on a Warlock once it gets enhancements, and if you don't know what Warlock's enhancements are, when Warlock's enhancements come out, they are 300% water buffs. At the end of that, there's a 300% water buff on your Warlock when you get the custom panels for it. It's gonna be juicy, boys. Stick that on that. Boom, boom, boom. This is the best card from the set, in my opinion, just because if you have a Warlock, this is gonna do the work. Even when you get like Maya in the form of Asmatia in the future, this is gonna do a lot of work on her too, because she has some good buff in the water and light, I think it is. Very good card, very good card. But that's it. Like, I think this is the top card in the set, from my personal opinion. But there are a lot of useful cards in this set. Let's go through. We got here break enhancement, element returns damage breaks. It's got phantom beast type, so when you go against the main Sicarius, you get extra bonus damage. It's got also guard break damage, so it's useful for both guard breaking, Sicarius guard breaking and Sicarius breaking damage. Sorry, and element synergy. So the more orbs you have in this element, so the more blue orbs you have, the higher the damage is going to be. So if you do a water shift and then cast this, it's going to do even more bonus damage at the 5-star level. Bro. Ah, perfect. Next, Cecil. This is one of the new cards that wasn't available in the batch I rolled for. It's not Gladiolus, but it is an awesome card that will benefit a lot of tanks, because it has that awesome extra ability in multiplayer, which is wall entire party. So it's going to be useful in solo because it walls you, but the real benefit, the real cantrip of it, is when you get into multiplayer and you can just give your whole party wall. It's also got a very good balanced Earth single target attack with high break and attack power. That's on the same level, I think. And 5-starable, which means it's going to be good in long run. You know how it is, 5 stars of life. Rated 85 out of 100 Japan. Obviously it's not going to reach 90 because it's very niche, it's very focused. It's got 600 attack power and break at this 5-star level. And it's pretty good. No recast timer, which means it's just going to be able to put wall in your party once every now and then, so you're just protecting your party in multiplayer. Very good multiplayer card. I would stick it on my tank because the tanks are doing all the extra little cantrips, like doing the curse and barriers, and buffing, and also trying to taunt at the same time. That's why I said Gladiolus is like a really great card. So if you're a tank and you're just focusing on the tank, then this card is another good pickup, just like Gladiolus was a good pickup. Tanks are going to be so useful in the future, especially during these 4-star Sicarius battles. Tanks are going to be what makes the difference, because tanks can actually take the damage. They can also do the cool stuff like D-barrier, cursing, stopping them from doing huge damage to the whole team, wiping a whole team. As well as that, they'll just, for example, with this card, just give buffs to everyone as well. So tanks are going to be really strong in the new meta against 4-star Sicariuses, and later on in the 5-star Sicarius. So you guys, if you haven't thought about playing tank yet, tank's about to get really fun. And the extra abilities do give it huge damage bonuses to the main Sicarius, as well as that, to this guard Sicarius, and then as well that give you ability to break elements, so you get higher break damage against elements that have resistance to earth. So it can actually, you can use it in any battle, which is awesome. Tina, another card from the new batch FFRK, AoE mage card, fire damage with additional berserk. So that berserk means it's a risky kind of move. It's a high risk, high return kind of move. You're going to cast it, get some bonus damage for your next few turns, but it's going to leave you open for some huge wipes and get basically, wrecked. I don't think the card's that amazing, but it is a 5-starable damage card. The values, the stats don't make it that amazing. Its damage is not crazy. That's probably why I got rated only 8 out of 100 in Japan. But, for me, I wouldn't say it's worth rolling for. And to be honest, the way I'm looking at it, Cecil and only one other card from the new batch is only worth rolling for if you've already rolled on FFRK before in the early stages. So if you're one of the early adopters of the game and you've already rolled the FFRK cards the first time they came around, then it's really not looking good to roll again for the cards you're missing out on. But yeah, let's continue. The card itself at the 5-star level will only have a 700 maximum attack power with a 300 maximum break power. Very average, but it's an AoE attack, so I guess that's good. And that berserk, sometimes it could really work, but I don't see it working for me because mage is already squishy. So if you're going to make it more squishy, that's not going to help out the rest of your team, especially when in this current Sicarius lineup. If you do die, you miss out on getting the time limited resource, which you get automatically if the whole team survived. So yeah, that's pretty trash if you ask me. And this is all the extra abilities on it, basically higher damage, the higher your HP is, and then also has Vital Tap, and then gives a Beast Fighter Hunter, so good damage against the Sicarius main type. That's it. I just want to talk about it anymore. Then FFRK, pretty interesting card. Useful for both solo and multiplayer because it has Earth single target with a D barrier. So D barrier is always going to be good, and if you can stack that on with some Earth damage, that makes it more useful. It's not impressive, but it's definitely good for like, let's say, a class like Soldier that has enhanced damage in the Earth element. It's going to be really good in that because you want to have D barrier, and then you know, against Odin, you want to D barrier him and do some damage and some break damage. Then come down with the cross slash and be like, da, 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 da. You know what I mean? Like that's kind of just from my perspective because I have Soldier, but it's very niche. It's not worth, I guess, as much as the other cards were, especially the Vanilla Fang. To me is the best damage card from the set. Definitely 5-starable, so good in the long run, very awesome. Rated 85 out of 100 in Japan, so not the best rating, but not the worst rating either. Definitely useful. Here's the damage stats. It's only a 600 attack and break power, so that's why it's not that amazing. But that D barrier is going to be useful for, you know, if you go into a battle where you don't have you like to have an AIDS tanker that doesn't have D barrier or curse or anything. You're going to need to cast it yourself, bro, especially in the 4-star and 5-star levels. Things get kind of impossible there, you know what I mean? So this is an awesome card, especially if you're not, like, you know, queuing with a team and you're only solo queuing and matchmaking. This is going to be pretty cool. Alright, let's go to the next card. This is not important because it's really just higher damage against guards and main Sicarius. So multiplayer bonus, obviously making it better for multiplayer. Whoa, FFRK! Okay, it has niche usefulness. So it's got, I would think it's trash, but then I heard some stories from the Japanese Wikipedia and I see why now it's useful. It has a disable on attack, so stop attack, and then remove 1 buff. So why is this important? It is more useful in the later multiplayer battles and trials. We missed out on the Gilgamesh trial. This would have been useful in that, because imagine being able to take away the war buff that Gilgamesh gives himself using this card and then attack through and kill him in one shot. A lot of the times I couldn't move up the Gilgamesh tower because the defensive buff that he cast on himself stopped him from, you know, dying, and then he could just come back and slash me with his crazy ass Morphin time techniques. This would have been an awesome card during that banner, but, you know, I think there's a Gilgamesh multiplayer battle which has a similar kind of mechanic where he buffs himself up at a certain loss of HP. So this is going to be useful in that kind of niche scenario. Very awesome, because that removing a buff is just, there's not many cards that do that right now. 4-star fast learner makes it not so good for raising your stats and deck level, but very useful card when you need it. You know what I mean? Like, it's a niche card. That's probably why it got rated 80 of 100 instead of like 60 out of 100, because there are sometimes it can be useful. Laguna FFRK. Whew. What do I have to say about this card? It is the god tier of 4-star fast learners. I'm telling you right now, this card has the holy trinity of, you know, debuffs. It's slow, it's curse, it's D barrier. This is the best damn card I've ever seen, and it sucks that it can't be 5-star. Like, it just really does suck that it can't be a 5-star card, because this has all the debuffs I want as a mage, as even like a tank that with access to water. But as a mage, this is just crazy. It's just like, I'm about to go ham. This guy's just, especially in multiplayer, it's going to be so useful to stop people from, you know, getting wrecked quicker and being able to wreck the Sicarius quicker. You know what I mean? Like, this is just crazy. I love this card so much. I just wish it was a 5-star card. It would have been perfect. Yeah, so like I said, the drawback is it's a 4-star fast learner. Rated 85 out of 100 in Japan. If it was 5-star, I would tell you now it's 99 out of 100. It's really awesome. Okay, let's talk about the taunts, guys. First of all, the taunts are not that bad. Furion, Lena, and Warrior of Light and Echo. Each one has an element that's different from each other. The only reason that Furion is red in this is because in Japan they made him a AoE mage attack card. In our case, he's a blue taunt, and Lena is the red taunt. Warrior of Light is the earth taunt, and Echo is the wind taunt. Basically, these taunts are really useful for tanks. Don't really see them being useful for anyone else in solo, except for the fact that they do have high skill seed return, which means that, you know, even though they're 4-star fast learners, the skill seed return makes them kind of like, I guess, useful in the fact that, you know, you can farm a certain color of skill seeds easier with them. But there are awesome cards like that already, and this is not that important. So let's continue on to the most important part, the trash. The trash. Thancred is trash. In the Japanese version, he was the blue taunt, so he wasn't trash. But this time around, he's the blue. He's going to be the red mage attack that's useless. Fan crit is trash. Boom, throw him out. VV is also trash. You know, if you get that 3-star, 4-star fast learn or whatever it is, throw it out. It's useless. It's trash. Oh, trash. Alright, let's skip on to the next one. My final review on the banner. This is what I have to say about this banner at the end of the day. And yeah, it's probably, I guess, common sense what I would say about it. Jesus, have mercy on my wallet. Bro, this banner is beautiful, but there's so much cards to roll for, and there's no guarantee of rolling for it. This means that, you know, I'm going to have to empty my wallet to, you know, have a chance of getting the cards I didn't get for my last batch. I feel even more sorry for people that missed out on the original batch summons on the FFRK cards, because there's so many awesome cards from that, you know, they have to really try hard to get, and there's no guarantee of getting those cards. This is a really selfish banner. This is my personal opinion right now. It's really heavy, but I'm feeling like Square Enix just gone to the next level on RNG, you know, abuse. It's getting too far, bro. It's like they put an RNG on top of RNG on top of that RNG, bro. You know what I mean? Like, this is just going too far. I really want you guys to step back and like blast the hell out of Mobius devs on their Facebook. Just tell them that we are sick of this crap. There's no reason for them to I guess make it more RNG based, more harder to roll for certain cards without giving us a way to farm premium currency. I've been asking for Magicite farming for like since the game came out. I've been asking for Magicite farming, and the more greedy I get and the less chance to farm Magicite, it's just getting towards a joke. You know what I mean? Like, I'm a completely free-to-play player, and I do have some good cards. That's just because I stuck around. I farmed every single you know, premium currency that was available, and I just had really good luck. That's it. That's what it comes down to. And a lot of people look at me like, Alex, what do you mean? You know, what if RNG was random? People be like, Alex has streamer bonus, and that he has no luck. It's just it's destiny. No, it's all RNG, boys. You can put down hundreds of dollars and still not get anything that you wanted. Like, it's random number generator, boys. It's just trash, and I don't like the fact that they've increased the RNG drop rate, you know, decreased the RNG drop rate, made it harder to roll for cards, and, you know, not released a form of premium currency farming just from playing the game. And it kind of sucks. It does kind of suck. I'm just still waiting for my distiller to fill up so I can roll some, you know, I don't think I'll be able to roll for FFRK at all, because my biscuit box comes the exact day it ends, and I think it's like the exact hour that it ends is when I get my Mobius gift box, which means I will not be able to roll for it. Simple as that. As a free-to-play player, I have to like stick to that kind of way of life. I'm just waiting for the Mobius gift box, 6 summon tickets, and then by the time that comes out, there'll be maybe another banner, because who knows, they haven't told us anything about this month. The April calendar is a bullshit lie, and I'm kind of sick of that bullshit. But yeah, so it's average. This calendar, I told you guys a non-biased outlook on the cards, and then, you know, this part now is just where I get to lay it out. I just get to be like, don't roll for it, guys. Don't do it. It's a waste of currency. It's a waste of your premium items. I can't stress enough that I'm sick of not having a way to farm Magicite. It's just crazy. I'm losing it now. But I do want to thank my loyal supporters. Like, you guys are legends, especially Cam Fam and Ovi. Thank you so much, guys. You guys, like, especially you, Ovi, bro, you legendary donators. Thank you so much. And if you guys do want to donate, the links are below in the description, and please, if you want, leave a message with the donations telling me what you want to do with that money, what you want to see more on my channel. I want to just provide more content for you guys and make some awesome videos for you, so you guys, you know, feel like this channel isn't just another Mobius channel. It's just, I want it to be your Mobius channel that you guys enjoy. You know what I mean? So thank you so much, guys, for watching. If you like the video, please thumbs it up and subscribe to my channel. I'll be posting more Mobius videos as, you know, we keep going, because I'm still here. I'm staying here. I'm free to play. Yeah, but if the game starts getting good, I might even become pay to play. Who knows? Like, the game it's all up to the devs to take the game and turn it into something that blossoms, you know, like into something crazy. And I'm really excited about the Sicarius 4 stars happening. I'm going to be streaming that later on. I really hope you guys can come down to that live stream, because it's going to be juicy. We're going to have a fun time smashing the hell out of Odin and Shiva. I'll probably run Soldier in the Earth element, and you know, because that cross slash, it goes. So I was so happy I rolled that Dissidia card. Cross Slash is such a good Earth card. It's going to do some mad damage. And, you know, Soldier is actually an Earth enhanced hero. And especially when he gets his custom panels, he's going to even have further Earth enhancement. So I might as well practice the earth damaging attacks now instead of later. So I can't wait to see you guys in that live stream. I hope to see you guys in my next video as well. Thank you guys for watching. This has been Monkey Man, and I'll see you guys in my next video.